Hello? Can you hear me okay? Hello, Jacobra and Player Celeste. Can you both hear me okay? Okay, good. Hopefully the audio is better than last stream. I've improved some stuff in OBS, so we should be good. So today we're going to be working on a compiler that I'm currently writing in Z. I'm going to be using the fish shell as part of my week-long test with it. I didn't really use it much yesterday, but from what I have been using, it is really good. I think it's a really good shell. It basically does everything my Z shell setup does, but by default without me having to install anything. I'm gonna use tmux. Hopefully my tmux. Okay, tmux does still work with fish. Good. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I think we're just gonna start now. I've already done some work on this compiler. I'm just gonna make clean. Hopefully we can get some stuff done. I've been trying to work on functions, but they haven't been going exactly to plan. So I'm currently trying to compile them. Generate the AST for them. Hold on. No, we're generating the assembly for them. Oh, can you only see OBS? That's not good. Oh, yes. Okay. That should fix it. Can you see my NeoVim now? It was something to Player Celeste. It was something to do with OBS and Hyperland and pass-through commands. So that does sometimes happen. Hopefully not too much. Can you see NeoVim now? Okay, good. This is the assembly front end for the language. I haven't really done much with it, but I'm just trying to generate the assembly for functions. It's not going the best. I can generate the start, and then we should have a return statement afterwards. It should be down here. We move the data from the return statement into EAX and then return. But we're not getting that, and we're not even getting to a function call. It should be printing here. In the parser, we should get a function call because we have a parse identifier. If it has a left parentheses, then it should convert to an AST function call. And and then it should pass the arguments, which I'm pretty sure it does. But we don't get it assembling in the front end. So we should at least get a print statement saying here, but we don't get that at all. That's kind of what I want to work on today. Player Celeste, I do have pass-through keybinds. I have global keybinds set up for OBS, but I think it's an OBS issue with switching sometimes. I found it happens when I'm recording or I'm live, apparently. It will randomly just stick on OBS. I'm not sure if we're passing the... Yeah. So when I get to... If I just map the contents of my main file here for the language, we should be passing or creating the assembly for this argument section here. But I don't think we're actually getting through that. So we're not getting to this bit or the body of the function. But it seems like we're not even getting to passing the arguments. So I'm not sure what is going wrong. Hopefully we can get that fixed today, though. I think the problem is that the function arguments are separate to a compound. So they have to be passed they have to be generated separately. But if I just do a pass compound, that should do the same thing. It is slightly different, but hopefully it will work, or somewhat work. If I make and then try running it, we'll probably get an error. Or we get an infinite loop. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I know a bit of C, but I want to learn a bit more. I think that the best way to learn a language is to write a language in it. Even if it's really, really simple, it teaches you about the concepts of that language and how to do certain things. And it also teaches you more obscure things that you will probably use, but aren't explicitly taught when you're just learning the language. We got an infinite loop there, which isn't good. So we didn't get out of the parser, which is even worse. It's probably got something to do with this. I should probably change this to compound as well. If I make this again and try running it, we still have an infinite loop. And I have no idea why. I'm just going to undo the changes that we just made. Pass args should return an AST node, which it does. But I'm not sure why it's not then generating the assembly for it. Because we have the AST node for it. Hopefully I can prove that with a printf. We'll just say here. I have my keyboard set on something that is not what my keyboard layout is. So I typed at instead of double quotes. No idea why though. We'll just say we're here. I don't know why this is being weird. I don't know where my backslash is then. Let me change my keyboard layout. Is it this one? No. Okay, we're on the US layout then. Okay, there we go. This works now. If I try this again, see we get a here. And I believe that's from here. Let's put an exclamation mark on it, just so that we make sure that we're getting something from there. Yes, why do we get two lots of pass args? It's because we're passing this set of args at the top here. And then we pass this set of args. Yeah, I am having to use the US layout. It's the one my keyboard came with. So that's what I'm going to use. It's an external keyboard. My laptop uses a UK layout. Hi, Harish Rusum. I'm sorry if I butchered that. We're working on a compiler here, trying to get some assembly generating for functions. So we know that we're passing the arguments, and we should be getting here at least. If I do this, we should get here. Yeah, we should get here, but I'm not sure we do. We do not. We don't get to the AST function arguments. Okay, good. They are called function arguments. I'm pretty sure that my linter would have told me if it didn't exist, but just making sure. So we don't get to the function arguments here, which is a problem. It's definitely something to do with this first function call bit, or something to do with this, or the non-existent AST ID. Let's just try this. In theory, if it's not found the correct AST, the AST node in this switch statement, it will default to this error message. But I have no clue. It should work, but it might not. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. But C is a bit weird like that sometimes. Why do you hate switch cases, Player Celeste? They're not bad. They're more compact than if statements. Oh, and statements generally. What do you prefer? Like Haskell one-liners that are just way too long to even be readable? Okay, good. We're not getting here. Do you think we should try Haskell sometime? I think it would be a very fun experience. If elif and else are statements. It's an if elif and else statement. Oh, right. Why do you hate switch statements though? Yeah, I'm sure Haskell will be lots of fun. I think we should try Haskell and Emacs at the same time and see how well that goes. I think that would be a roller coaster of a stream. But yeah, I want to try Emacs sometime. Yeah, I've never thought about using Emacs, but I saw a comment on one of my videos saying that that person always used Emacs, but they were going to try NeoVim. I thought, why don't I do it the same way, the other way, and try Emacs. It's fine that you couldn't make last stream. I mean, the Apple Live event was on, and I basically picked the worst day and time to stream. Because everyone was at the Apple Live event. I'm not sure where we're going wrong in here. We return from all of the functions, we break out of them, but I think we'll end up just returning this value before we manage to pass anything else. We are already out of this switch case, which is a problem. So we probably land up here, even though we have more stuff to pass. Something in here is probably very broken. I don't think we need a break on there. This looks okay. We should just be able to exit, and that will basically do the same thing, and we don't have to break. So we get through the function definition. Let's have a look here. We get through the... Oh, no, okay, good. We get through the function definition. We add dot global and then the name twice to a template. And then we put the names into that template. And then we put that into this memory, this space in memory. We put the formatted string into that. And then we return it. And that's where we lose stuff. That is where we land up breaking out of the loop. So we don't get a chance to pass the arguments or the function call. I think that's what's going on here. We return out of this statement, then we break out of the switch case, and then we're out here. Maybe we should only break out of a compound. I'm pretty sure I've tried this before and it didn't work. Yeah. Unless we're not doing anything for the arguments. If I make this again, yeah, it's not doing the things that we need it to. No problem. I like to read it out to myself to make sure I understand what's going on. Because I feel like in my head I read it too quickly and skip really important parts and then land up making massive issues later on. Address boundary error. Are we doing an out of bounds array access? And if so, where? Is that here? It could be there. See, I think what we should do is we pass the we generate the assembly for the function, and then so we do the compound, and then we generate the assembly for the function, and then we break out of the switch case, which puts us here, and then we return the value. But I think what we need to do is we need to continue calling this as f assembly front end function until we've oh yeah, of course I can move the channel icon. Give me a second. Let me grab this. Is that better now? If I go back to the code, can you see my code better now? Or is it still kind of in the way? Oh, right top corner. Sorry. We can put it up here. Okay, that should be better now. Okay, good. Okay, now you can see the code a bit better. And now I'm not just talking about stuff that you can't see. Is the video quality okay? Maybe shrink it to 0.75. The icon's too large. Okay. What, is my icon too large? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, now you can see my code. Okay. Oh, okay. Do you only have the option to watch it on 360, or can you watch it in higher? Do you have the option to watch it higher than 360p? Hopefully this works. Fail to read. Oh. Watching on 720p. Oh, it looks like we have a memory leak somewhere in multiple places. Okay, good. It does go up to 1080p. Okay. Good. The stream quality isn't too bad then. No, it's no problem. I was just making sure that my stream could go to 1080p. Because I feel last stream the quality was really bad. I'll be back in a second. I just need to check something. Okay. I am back again. I can see chat, but it's for a couple minutes ago. I think you're seeing what I'm seeing a couple minutes later. So if I I can't work it out. I will change to also watching my stream, just to make sure that I'm seeing what you're seeing. Just give me a second to do that. Okay, I'm back. I can now see my stream, exactly what you're seeing. Okay, good. I can see my video in full quality. You are a couple minutes behind from what I'm actually seeing. I think that's just natural delays. Is my PNG lighting up when I'm speaking, or do I need to change the sensitivity on it? We have another one of those weird boundary access. Is it there? Let's try making this again. Okay. Okay, I will be back again. I'm just going to change the sensitivity on my PNG, or make sure that OBS is displaying it right. I've checked, it's an OBS issue again. So I'm using VideoTube to do this. Hopefully OBS doesn't crash in the middle of the stream. That would be really bad. Okay, there we go. My PNG is lighting up again. It was an OBS issue, not my PNG. Okay. My stream was unhealthy for a second. Okay, let's continue working on the compiler then. I can see that what you're viewing is a few minutes behind, but I'll try and cope. I think that's just a natural YouTube live stream thing. I think that, yes, my PNG is lighting up now. I'm not sure what the problem is here. Well, I think we've established the problem, but I'm not sure how we fix it. I'm not sure why there's a cursor on my icon. I have OBS set so that it shouldn't show my cursor on there, but unfortunately it does. I think that's probably an XWayland issue. I'm not sure how to fix it. But with VideoTube, you're supposed to use a game capture, but Linux OBS does not have game capture. You have to install a plugin, and you have to build the plugin from source if you're not using Flatpak apps, which VideoTube isn't, which is kind of a problem, because when I try and build the app from source, the plugin from source, it throws an error saying that it doesn't have libobs. I have no idea why it does that, but it does. So that is unfortunate. It's kind of annoying because I feel like I've done everything right here and it's just not working. So I don't know how to fix that. I kind of want to do something else, as in try and work on binary expressions, but I also really want to finish doing this main function call. Yeah, I think it is probably a hyperland issue with the cursor. The cursor is probably not a cursor and instead some kind of overlay. It's probably a layer, a hyperland layer, which is always there. The cursor is probably, I don't know, it's probably a hidden cursor with a layer on top with a cursor icon. Because it's not in settings where I change it, because that's in my hyperland conf file. Instead, it's in my GTK themes, I think. If we can have a look at my GTK settings, and I think my my mouse cursor's in here. So that's what makes me think it's a layer. I have tried hiding. Oh, hide the cursor on the layer in hyperland. But then you wouldn't be able to see it at all. Yeah, it's probably a layer. Using layer rule. Yeah, if I could find out what layer the mouse is on, then I could hide it. But I'm guessing it would hide it everywhere. Not just on the desktop I'm running VideoTube on. Try it. Okay. Should I do it in window rules or my hyperland.conf? I think we should do it in, or yeah, I think we should do it in window rules or user preferences. HyperCCL clients list window. Oh, okay. Clients. Ah. So I can probably hide it on VideoTube only. Yeah, do it in the window rules file. Yeah, it looks like we can probably change this. It's on monitor 0. I only have one monitor. Process ID 48848. Maybe we can do it. Let's have a look at the Hyperland documentation. I'm not sure if it will have anything about it in here, but it might. I'll let that load. Oh, here we go. Or we can just search up how, if it's a static rule, do it via init class. Okay. I'm running my stream at a higher kilobits per second, but I think it's taking up a lot of my broadband. So the Hyperland wiki isn't loading fully. Oh, there we go. Do you mean init class or initial class? I can only find initial class. And it's for Windows, not layers. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on the internet. Probably Reddit or Stack Overflow. How are we going to hide the cursor on Hyperland? Question, how to hide my cursor on Hyperland? Look at that. Reddit. Oh, the mouse is a window. That's similar in Hyper. Cursor inactive timeout. No, that's not what we want. Blocking your configuration file. HyperCL. We can do something similar. It's a window, apparently. Window rules. So, is it initial class or init class? Because I can only find initial class here. Mouse class in Hyperland. Let's see if we can find something. My mouse or the way it's set up. Variables, dispatchers. FAQ. Only your DGP. Oh, okay. Initial class. That's not what we want. Do you know the name of the mouse class in Hyperland? And surely we only want to hide it on VideoTube. It's a static rule. Hide mouse is a rule. Oh. Okay. So can we do... correct me if I'm wrong, but can we do window rule v2 equals and then hide mouse? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, player select. We'll be back in a second. I just need to check my Discord. Okay. We couldn't find it, which is unfortunate. So, okay, VideoTube is stuck again. This is a really weird transition thing. Yeah, it's a really weird transition thing on OBS, and I don't know why it happens. It's weird. Please don't crash. We want VideoTube. Here we go. Okay, my PNG and everything is working again. I have no clue why it's randomly stopped working. But we should be good. Okay, let's continue. It's fine. I will try and find the window rule for my mouse and change it for next stream. So hopefully you won't have my mouse on top of my PNG again. Okay, good. Let's delete the Valgrind log. Should we take a break from functions for now and just try and work on binary expressions instead? I would need to add a parser for the binary expressions though, if you want to see that. So I have all the tokens set up here. In the lecture, I have all of the tokens set up. This is where we define identifiers and also if it's a function. We could do something similar for a return statement, but there's not much point right now. If we want to change return from a function call into just whatever return actually is, then we can do that in the future. But here's the lecture, semicolons for defining variables, which is for some reason an idea I keep sticking with, even though it's very odd. I don't like semicolons at the end of lines, but writing this compiler in C is kind of conditioning me to it. But I want to have it as a variable and constant declaration, depending on the amount that you have there. It's weird, but I don't know. I kind of like it. We have the binary operations here. So we've got modulo and division, multiplication, subtraction, decrementation, addition and incrementation, or increment and decrement. We also have power, and I kind of just thought we've got plus plus and minus minus for increment and decrement. So why not do the same thing for the power sign? So we've got pow and we have square. I think it's kind of nice. This is just the number times by itself. This is the number times by the exponent. And then we also have one for squares and square roots. I think I might change it from the hashtag symbol to the angled quotes. whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't really like suffixing lines with semicolons, but it's not like I can't stand it. I use mainly languages that do have semicolon suffixes, which is almost all of them. TypeScript, although it isn't strictly necessary in TypeScript, so I don't do it. But C, C++, Rust, those languages have semicolons at the end, and they get really mad if you don't do that. But we have the root symbol, which will probably be changed, and the square root symbol, which will also probably be changed. It's very handy though, because I only have to change the symbols here, 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 and here, and I can do that really easily in Neovim with a substitute hashtag. I've lost the hashtag sign. Oh dear. I think it's on Alt 3. It should be Shift 3, but it's not. Have we... I think I know what's happened. Or do I? No. We were on the UK layout again, and I don't know how. We can do this, and we can do... replace it with a backtick. Oh dear. I can do a selection, and then I can do substitute hashtag with backtick for all instances of it, and that will just change it all. The UK layout is attacking, so I can do this if I want to change them all to angle ticks. UK only do two things right. Plug sockets, I agree. EU plug sockets are kind of weird. And I'm guessing the other thing that you're going to say is keyboard layouts. Yes. I mean, do you prefer the angled backticks for root and square root, or do you prefer when it was hashtags? Because I think some people, especially if they used Python all their lives, will be very confused when a hashtag is not the comment sign and is instead the root and square root sign. But I don't know if we should really care about the people who use Python. It's not a bad language. It's just kind of slow. And I don't use it because to install packages, you use either conda or pip. Conda I don't like because it's conda. Make hashtag comment. Oh dear. Fine, we'll make hashtag comment then. Python on top. No. No. Why? Python's really slow. Python best language? No. Python is not the best language. I mean, unless you're doing data analysis or, I don't know, you're writing AI, it's not the best language. I mean, it's good for game development, but even with game development, it's not the best. I tried to use Rust with the Bevy engine, which gained a very split second of popularity, and I haven't seen it since. But it is a really good game engine. And it has a built-in plugin for collision, I can't remember how you do collision in Pygame, but I tried Piglet, which is similar to Pygame, and it's annoying. Like, it's really annoying. I can't speak. I use TypeScript. Yeah, I was about to say it sucks. Python sucks for game development. It's good because it has two really supported game engines, but it's also really not good because it's way too slow for a game. Unless you start doing weird multi-threading, which I don't think you want to do for a game. Okay, so we'll change root and square root to backticks. And I guess I'll change hashtag to comment. I want this to be an interactive experience for making this compiler. This will not just be a one-off stream. There will be more than one. We don't have comments implemented yet though, so I can't actually add that. I want you lot to influence this language, at least a little bit. So, yeah. Hopefully this language doesn't come out a mess, but it will. Let me show you my last language project I did. It's called Byte, and I kind of quit on it. Because I kind of broke it. Why did we just go into Byte projects again? Seriously? Into Byte. Okay, here we go. I do actually have a GitHub repository, but it's private. It's written in C++. You could add a really, really unfunny Easter egg. And what would that Easter egg be? Exactly. But yeah, this is written in C++, and it's a mess. It is 5 files total. 4 are header files, which are like, they're just way too long. If I go all the way to the bottom, it's like 656 lines of code for the parser. One of them is an arena allocator, when you can use alloc, calloc, malloc, all of those. But you mainly use them in C. Arena allocators are supposed to be more high-tech, because this is C++. Here's the generation script. It is an actual mess. I do have a neovim key binding to go to the end of a script, but I can't remember it. This is 595 lines long, but if I go back and I go into my Byte projects here, and I run Byte, why does that not work? Unknown command Byte, it's because it's an alias in Z shell. Can we do... I can't remember where I have it stored. It's in like my bin directory or something. I will have to break my 1 week of using fish just to show you this. Just very temporarily. We're going to do Byte. And then... Why... Okay, we're going to run Byte on tests/functions.by. This was the file that I was testing functions on. What font do I use? I use the Cascadia Cove nerd font. Nerd fonts. I use Cascadia Cove. It's very, very popular, especially with people who use Capuchin. we can have a look at the downloads. It is very popular with people who use, here it is. The Cascadia Mono nerd font. No, this is it. Cascadia Cove nerd font. Is did I just start the download for it? I think I did. Whoops. Yeah, I did. Don't do that. But it's very popular with people who use Capuchin. Or at least that's what I've seen. And I'm very much a Capuchin person. If we run this file using the byte command, which is the compiler, and then we do /out, and then we do an echo. Oh, actually, it might be /tests. No, it will be /out. Here we go. If we're in /out, we don't get anything. I can echo the output of this, and it's 0. You can tell because P10K did not change the color of this little arrow. I use Firecode Propo Nerd. It's not a bad font. I just I prefer Cascadia Cove. It looks nicer for me. If we bat the output of out.asm, this is the assembly file for the code. That looks surprisingly normal. It should not look that normal. That is not how I remember that. Why does that look so normal? I'm so very confused. Let me remove out.asm, out.o, and out. And let's go into the actual tests folder. Okay. I can ls what's in here. Okay, if we run this out, still again nothing. But if I bat the contents of out.asm, this looks way more normal than last time I checked. Before we had this, maybe I changed the file. Maybe I changed the file. Don't question it. It's weird. I should have just used foo and bar, but I don't know what was going on. This is supposed to be completely broken. Basically, it would put out a massive offset. It would push out like an offset of 8 billion bytes or something, which is really bad. That is very not good. And that really should have thrown some kind of error in the compiler. But I didn't have an error for it in the compiler. So we were doing out of bounds array access. And I'm only realizing this now because at the time I was just like, oh, it's just accessing some invalid memory in the program. But it wasn't segfaulting. It was just doing... I don't even know what it was doing, actually. I feel like it was doing an out-of-bounds array access. But, I don't know, Z-Shell wasn't detecting it and throwing a segfault. Because really it should throw a segfault if you're accessing out-of-bounds memory. So I have no clue why it wasn't. But, it was being weird, so... Let's go back into Linkage. Would you, Linkage is supposed to have a gimmick. I think it's very difficult to implement, and I have no idea why I came up with this. I just thought, that could be a fun idea. But also very helpful. Um, but if you want to know Linkage's little, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, cool. I had no idea you could do that in Kitty. I didn't know there was a right click menu. I never right click though. If you want to know Linkage's gimmick, just tell me, and I will tell you. It is supposed to be quite a useful language. What do you think about Live CD? I don't know what Live CD is. It's not Kitty. I think it's yeah, it probably is T-Mux. That's true. It is probably T-Mux. Let me open a new Kitty terminal. Yes, it is T-Mux. I didn't know T-Mux had a right-click menu, though. That's cool. I didn't know about that until now. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, is this... Yeah, because this is, This is, the... These are the, T-Mux keyboard shortcuts I have set up. Control H. No. It's not Control H though. It's not. I have it to control space, inverted comma. There you go. Control space X. Yes, please delete it. Does it work with control space H though? No, it doesn't. I don't know why it's showing H. Maybe it's just showing horizontal and vertical splits. I don't get the point of T-Mux. It's handy for doing things like this. So if I'm writing my compiler, I can write the compiler, quickly switch to an empty shell. I do have one inside Neovim, but I don't like it. I can move it with my mouse, but I just don't like it in Neovim. It just saved me from having multiple Kitty windows open, or just multiple terminal windows. We've been streaming for 1 hour 10 minutes. And the time has flown by. I think I have 2 hours free to stream today. So we've got like 50 more minutes. Does that sound right? Yeah. 6:30. What's wrong with having multiple Kitty windows? Well, it's not too significant. Kitty's quite good with it. Yeah, it's mainly just utility. It's really easy to set up really simple keybinds for Tmux, and it just stops me having to go between like this and giving myself horrible eye pain. Anyway, would you like to know the special feature of linkage? Because I feel like most languages should have a special feature. It's this. It's definitely this. It's definitely that. It's definitely that. Let's do a pass compound on the args. You want to know what the special feature of linkage is? Okay, I had this idea when I was on a walk. I know, I go outside and I touch grass. Amazing. I don't know how good of an idea this is. This is probably a very horrible idea. But the reason it's called linkage, and the compiler command that you've been seeing is .llsc. .llsc stands for the Linked Language System Compiler. It's very long-winded. But the special feature of linkage is exactly what it says in the name. It's essentially, I don't know, some kind of universal language. Not in the sense that it will run on any system. It probably won't. Actually, it probably will, because of GNU assembly. But it's the fact that you can literally link languages together. Let me give you an example of what the final syntax should be like. The final syntax should look a little something like this, where you can do something like this. And then we can do, what's a cool Rust function? Let's use a Rust macro. And we can print, like, hello world. Like this. With no semicolon, no, with a semicolon on the end. And then we finish it with another pipe. Now that's a Rust section. I think that's... I can't remember how I was going to do this, actually. Should it be like this? So it's a block statement with a pipe after it. And then we have this stuff like this. This is Rust. This is Rust code. I haven't finalized the syntax, especially because I landed up using the pipes for something like this. Instead of using angle brackets. Like that. I think I should switch to using angle brackets, so that I can use pipes for this. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. If we go to, where is it? It'll be the parser. Also, what do you think of the idea? I think it's completely crazy, but I kind of oddly like it in some kind of weird, messed up way. I think it's a fun idea. That's a colon. Here. We want token less than and a token greater than. I did originally have separation between less than, greater than, left angle bracket and right angle bracket. But I realized it would cause issues if you're doing comparisons on if you were doing comparisons on whatever they're called, variables. So hopefully, so if I go into main, we should hopefully not get a parser error here. This. Oh, Expected closing parentheses after opening parentheses. Found token left, token less than instead. It looks like I've broken something in the parser. That's not good. I wonder what we've done. Let's do a fuzzy find on here, and we do here. Of course. This is in the other place. We want a token left. Then we eat it. And then we eat the other one. Which is a greater than. Let's do that fuzzy find again on type or ID. No, token type. Here. There we go. Token type. And then we want to do a less than symbol. And hopefully this works now. Perfect. I can go ahead and reserve the pipe symbol in the Lexa as the language call. Or I cannot, and then give myself pain later. Whoa. Whoa. If you heard that, I'm sorry, I didn't say her name. I didn't say Alexa. But she still started listening in. I think it's because I said Lexa, as in the Lexa. And she decided to pick it up as Alexa. Stop. Yeah. Now if I say Lexa, see, she's decided not to listen to me anymore. Fun. Do you think this is good syntax for calling another language? If you think it's good syntax, say so. If you think it's bad syntax, say so. I kind of like it, but I also think it's kind of weird because you have to do a pipe to start it and do the language, and then you have to do a pipe to finish it. We could make it some weird function kind of thing, like this. And we can do this. So this will say language call, and then you pass a block afterwards, which will get put into that language call. At the start, I don't plan on having nested languages, but I would like to do so at some point, because I think that would be cool. You could do something like C, and then a block, and then, I don't know, let's do C++. A cd out, character out, and then we do hello world. So you can write hello world in every single language in Linkage. You can have as many hello worlds as you want, in as many languages as you want. Yeah. Do you think it's good syntax the way that I have it here? Or do you think this is really bad syntax and I should change it immediately? Because it's not a big deal if I have to change it, because none of this is implemented yet. But the underlying system, essentially, we have a list in our header files. We have a list, and then in our C files, it will probably be called languages, languages.h and languages.c. We initialize the language, and we do a lookup in a table or in an enum or in a structure. It will probably be an enum, but we give every single language a value, and then we do an init language with the language's name, and then we essentially have a link or a curl command or something like that that will go ahead, and if you don't have the compiler, go to that curl or download command or whatever and install it. It seems very invasive, and I want to do it differently. I want to have it so that the compiler is local. It installs the compiler locally, which is probably possible with build and make commands, especially if you build the language from source, or build the compiler from source. It will probably be better like that, so that you don't have to install the language globally. You can just install it for the project that you're working on. Then when the parser or probably the parser. When the parser finds something like that, then it will take it, run it through that language's compiler, and this is why we're not supporting nested languages at first. It takes the language, puts it into its own compiler using, if we can use stdn, the standard input for a language, and then just put this into standard input using an echo command. If we can't, and I'm not sure we can, but to make it work universally, we can have it create, for example, for this Rust, we create an RS file, take this piece of Rust, and then add it into the Rust file. But we also have to generate the boilerplate Rust code around it. So we can generate the boilerplate code, then add whatever's in this language call into that boilerplate, for example. And then we can compile that, and we can rip the assembly. If it compiles to assembly, we can rip the assembly from it, and we can put it into the assembly generation for linkage. And then it's just part of our assembly. For the C++, it just uses either G++ or Clang++. Is Clang++ a command though? It is. Good. We can use clang++ to compile the CPP. So that's kind of how I plan on doing it, and I don't know how successful we'll be in doing that, but we will find out how successful we'll be. You can probably get compilers to generate assembly, I guess, if you really want to. But that's kind of the plan for what I'm trying to do here. If that works, that's amazing. If that doesn't work, that's not amazing. But, you know, it'll be how it is. So that is the final goal for the language. I will be right back. I just need to quickly do something. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully nothing is broken in OBS. Good. I think, yeah, we've still got everything we need. We have good stream health. That is always a positive. Okay. Where were we? Right, we were on how we are going to do this. First of all, do you think it's possible to do what we are aiming to do? Or do you think it's completely unachievable and there is no way that we will ever be able to do it? I personally think it's possible if we do a lot of hard work. It will take a long time and it will be a lot of hard work, but I think that we can probably get there. And then I just have to add every other feature, like enums and structures and literally everything. We haven't even finished functions yet. Sorry, what didn't you understand, Player Celeste? What am I trying to do? We're trying to, in terms of the language's goals or currently on this stream. That's fine. It's cool if you zoned out. Ooh, we are down to 20% charge. It's fine. We've only got like how long do we have? Half an hour. 27 minutes. Okay, the goal of the language is to be able to include other languages. Currently on stream, we are attempting to implement functions, which is not going too well. My battery is also low, so I'm probably going to have to move, and the whole setup will get much worse. I'm using OBS for streaming, but I am using FFmpeg encoders. I think I can show you my settings for my output. Yeah, I'm using FFmpeg audio and video encoders. Because I'm on an AMD GPU and an AMD CPU. So I don't have access to any NVIDIA encoders, but yeah, I use the FFmpeg encoders. Anyway, yeah, the goal of the language is to be able to include other languages. Why am I dropping? It's because I am trying to charge another device at the same time, and that won't work. That's why we're dropping charge so quickly. We're sapping energy, and it's not actually charging that device. Okay. Sorry if I just knocked the mic and made a massive ruckus. We're down to 15% because of that. My mouse was working, the charging cable was not. Yeah, I might have to move my entire stream setup. The audio will sound much worse, unfortunately. Or I can just stop the stream early and save your ears from horror audio. Yeah, we're on 14% charge. It could be better, but it could be worse. Last stream, I landed up going to 5% and almost having system CTL pause. Pause. And that would not have been good. I haven't had it happen. I don't really know what it does, but I don't want it to happen. It doesn't seem like it would be good. Yeah, the goal of the language. Please don't deafen me. Okay. It's not like it would deafen you. The audio won't deafen you, but it will be like last stream. It will be extremely crackly and lots of background noise. And it would just be generally horrible. Also, I might not be able to look at chat as often as before because the device I was using to view chat is on 3%. It wasn't that high of a percentage to begin with, but I've had it on the whole time. So I'm going to lovely. This is all perfect. Everything is going just grand. We've got YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. And we've also got the device I'm using to view my chat. Not doing too hot. I'm going to pop out chat and copy this link so that I can just see you when I go into my browser. It's not the best option. Don't try and look at this link. It probably won't work for you. Unless it does, it might work. It probably works for you. Never mind, you can use this link. But you can't access my live page because you need to be signed in as me. And I don't think any of you are. So I can't close this down, but that is fine. I can now see chat here. And we're on 10%. This is not good. We seem to be dropping percentage extremely quickly now. And I don't know why. It's probably OBS. Streaming at 60 frames a second. We only have 20 minutes left of the stream. And I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm going to attempt to move my streaming setup to somewhere where I can charge. So yeah, I'll be right back. We should be back. And stuff should not be dead. Hopefully, my audio isn't too bad either. Okay. Stream health is excellent again. That is good. If my audio sounds worse, I'm very sorry. I had to move my whole setup to a completely different room. Tell me if there's any really bad background noise, though. I'm just trying to put my microphone back in place. And it's refusing to cooperate. Okay, it should be back in place. Can you all hear me okay? Or is everything bad and not good? I hope everything's okay. Yeah, just tell me if the audio's gone bad, and I will see if I can fix it at all. But hopefully we are all good. We don't have too long left on the stream, to be honest. We've been streaming for... I have no idea how long. I will be back again. I'm not going to put you back on the be right back screen I will leave you watching chat. Okay, we're back. I think we're okay. Yes, we're on 12% charge and increasing. So I don't have to show you this anymore because I can see it on a different display. Yeah. I'm not sure what else we're actually going to get done in terms of actually working on the compiler. I think next time, which will be probably in a couple of weeks or more. Actually, we can check. If we go on itch.io, I'm entered for a game jam in October. If this decides to load. And if I'm signed in, I am. I can go to my jams. Yeah, I think streaming is taking up a little bit of broadband. Jams joined. So we have, oh golly, 8 days. So in a week and a day, I'm entered for this jam. I will probably stream development. So you get a stream in 8 days, or maybe a bit longer. Probably 8 days. And that is a Thursday. Yeah, I'll probably stream some of it, unless I am busy, and then I won't stream. But I'll give you a heads up on my community tab on whether or not we will be streaming. But it should be a pretty fun jam. It's just a regular game jam, but the primary theme is coffee. And then the larger jam in January is the Pirate Software Jam. And I am very much looking forward to it. It starts in 4 months and lasts 2 weeks. It will be really cool. And I will probably stream that as well. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We have some fun game jams coming up. It's kind of game jam season again. We entered jams around the same times last year. This one, the Godot Wild Jam, was for Christmas. And New Year, New Skills was obviously for the new year. I didn't do a video on the Pixel Jam. I did enter. I did complete. But it was actually horrible. The game is completely unfinished. And it's just a mess. Yeah. Coffee Jam should be fun. I will definitely try and stream at least one day of me working on it. And the Pirate Software Jam should be really good as well. So those are the game jams coming up. And I do plan on streaming more regularly. Because I don't get videos out very often. I mean, it was a month between my Neovim video and my most recent one. It was a 1 month gap between them. But we've done 2 streams in 3 days. It won't be this compact. It will be like a stream every other Sunday or something like that. Something that lots of people will be able to make. How do we feel about trying some of my jam games? Specifically, these 2. I do drink coffee. I drink coffee sometimes. Not often. Not my favorite drink. But I do drink some. Yeah, I like coffee. Please don't call me DDoS. That's definitely going to raise the attention of the feds. And I don't want them after me. We are not a extremely illegal hack. We are just a small YouTube channel. So we are not DDoS. We are not, what is it? Is it direct denial of service attack? We are not a DDoS. Absolutely not. That would be detrimental to the channel's performance. But I guess yes. You have double dot studios here. You can take the D from double, the DO from dot, and the S from studios. Therefore DDoS. But I will never DDoS anyone. No. Well, at least it'll get some attention to the channel and the streams. Getting called DDoS. Oh yeah, distributed denial of service attack. Yeah, I thought that I wasn't right with direct. DDoSes aren't fun. I've never had to tackle one because I don't have any servers. But if I did have to tackle one, I think I would just, I don't know, quit. I'm going to plug my own notes app. Definitely sorry for this. I don't know why I thought about it. Probably because it runs on localhost using Electron. But you can check out Quartz today on my GitHub. It had an update like a month ago, and I have another one to push. You can go download it now for free from here, from the releases page. Anyway, self-plug over. You know, do a Linux distro tier list. I actually kind of wanted to. I wanted to do a Linux distro tier list and then kind of maybe steal a Typecraft video and do a terminal emulator tier list. Because I think it would be really fun. And I've basically done a Notes app tier list in the form of my Quartz Versus series. But we can do a tier list stream where we create a Linux distro tier list. We can create a terminal emulator tier list and a text editor tier list. How does that sound? it wouldn't be next stream. It would be the stream after. Oh, do a Linux distro tier list on stream now. How long do we have? We have 8 minutes. And that is not long enough to set up a tier list. How about we do it as a stream in October after the coffee jam is finished? We can do a tier list stream where we just go through and create different tier lists. I think that's a better option, considering the amount of time that we don't have. I'm going to push my changes to Git then. And here's a cool feature from Fish. I think that I showed it off in the first stream, but I can do git add dot git commit. We can do messed around with ASM generation, and that's kind of all we did on stream today, except kind of just talking, which is what I put in the title of the stream, just chatting. So we messed around with ASM generation. We don't want those, actually. We want to make clean first. And we can do a git push. Just like that. Hopefully that should push to my Git repository eventually. Okay. Let's try that again. We're gonna git add, git commit, and then do a git push. Just like that. That will take a second. I don't think that Linkage isn't a public repository, but it will be eventually. I can make it, let's make it a public repository now. So that people can make pull requests to it. Because I definitely know what I'm doing. GitHub. We can go into Linkage and we can make it a public repository. It doesn't have a README yet. I never got around to actually writing the README. We can go into the settings of it. And we can make it public. Change the visibility. Change to public. And I want to make this repository public. I've read blah blah blah. Make this repository public. I'm going to not show this. So I'm just going to... Whoa, linkage more like stinkage. Okay. I'm not going to show my password. So I'm just going to quickly go to our be right back screen. And I will indeed be right back. Okay. I'm back. We've done that now. What do I think about CMake? Do I use it or maybe pre-make? I do use CMake. I don't use it on this project. I just use no, never mind. I use CMake on this project. No, sorry. This is a make file. Or are make files used for CMake? I'm actually not sure. Are make files used for CMake? I don't think so. But difference between CMake and make creates execution. Okay. CMake is basically just easier makefile. For this project, I'm using a makefile, but I do use CMake a lot when I'm working with C++, which to be honest isn't that often. But I do use CMake. I like CMake. It's a really handy tool. You just make a CMake lists.txt. I have it in Byte. Byte uses CMake. Yeah, CMake is an awesome tool. And I really like it. I think we are just about coming to the end of the stream. We've been streaming for an amount of time. I'm not sure how long. We've been streaming for 98. That's not accurate anymore. Let's see how long we've been streaming for. We have been streaming for no clue. Analytics. Nope. I don't know how long I've been streaming. Let's have a look at oh dear. OBS. 2 hours 3 minutes, but I did start my OBS broadcast earlier, and then I started the stream. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 59 minutes. Okay, I think that this is just about where we're going to leave it for this stream. Thank you all for coming. You can go check out the Linkage repository. I will leave it in the description of this stream. And it has been really good. It's been much better than last stream. Audio has worked much better. And we didn't have an Apple Live event going on at the same time, which is always a positive. Okay, that's been added to the description of the video. I don't think it will do a live update. No. But it will be in the description. But thank you all so much for coming. And I hope to see many of you next time. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next stream.